Compass. Place the compass on top of the ground lead to the battery and crank the engine. If the alternator is charging, the compass will swing 180 degrees, indicating a change in current direction caused by the higher alternator voltage. Place the compass behind a solenoid or on top of a relay to detect the magnetic field created when the coil is energized. If the compass moves, then current must be flowing. This also helps identify a specific solenoid or relay from a group.
Okay, now here's the thing. When you put the compass on the ground strap, what happens is when current flows through this wire, it produces a magnetic field, and that magnetic field goes around the wire, and when the magnetic field is produced, it has a north and south. Okay, well, that magnetic field is dependent upon the direction of current flow. So what happens? Well, when the battery cranks, it's sending energy out to the starter. Okay, but then once the engine's running, then the alternator brings energy back into the battery, so the current in these cables reverses. Okay, when it reverses, the magnetic field reverses, which means the compass needle should reverse. And when the compass needle reverses, then what that means is the current has reversed, and the only way for the current to reverse is for the alternator voltage to be higher than the battery voltage. Okay, so this is a test that absolutely proves whether or not current has reversed, because if current has reversed, then the voltage in the alternator has to be higher than the voltage in the batteries, which means the alternator has to be charging at that moment. The other cool thing is just keep turning things on and watch the needle. As long as it never goes back to zero, then it's still charging. As long as it's on one side or the other, then it's charging. And you can turn as much on as you want and just watch it. So let me crank it here and you guys watch it. Okay, one of the things that is kind of cool here is that the compass on the solenoid also tells you when things happen, okay? Because in this case it turns on, but then it turns off, and I didn't do anything, okay? So by watching the compass from a distance, you can see whether or not something is happening or whether it's not happening. It's a really effective way to diagnose magnetic coils.